Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Far From the Madding Crowd. I'm gonna be honest with you real quick. I hadn't even heard of this movie before I stepped into the theater. Granted, I decided not to look too far into it because I didn't want to spoil it. I knew it was some sort of love story and I knew it starred Carey Mulligan, and that's it. And turns out it was a pretty alright film. But for a period piece like this, I'm not quite sure alright is gonna cut it. So let's go ahead and just discuss the positives of the film first. Well, I loved Carey Mulligan. She shines in these meek, kind of somber roles. And this actually is one of the happiest, most upbeat roles I think she's ever played. She exuded confidence. She was vulnerable when she needed to be. I thought she was just a perfect fit for the role she was cast here. And she looked gorgeous. It was nice to see her with long hair. We don't usually get that from Carey. And I really do think she was the perfect casting. I also really enjoyed our male lead, who was played by an actor who I'm probably going to butcher his name, Matthias Schoenaerts. And he was really strong as well. He played silent, confident. Usually he plays kind of a bad guy in everything else I have seen him in. And here, he is the exact opposite of that. And he was very convincing. He pulled it off well. He plays the love interest well. He plays the strong, steady man. Great. I also love that it centered on a strong female character set way back in a completely different era and period. And they didn't ostracize her. They showed a little bit of the difficulties of being a female property owner back in the day. But she took it on with pride. She stuck with it. And she really was out to make a name for herself. She's not a completely in-your-face feminist. However, with her character and her feminist traits, I have to jump into the negatives because they take some twists that are completely out of left field, and they were completely out of persona for Carey Mulligan's character. I was so let down by the choices that her character ends up making and how blind she ends up being. It did show the power of seduction and attention and how people can easily get trapped, even the most strong-headed of them. But it was just so maddening to watch it unfold right before your eyes and know exactly where it was going. And that's another problem with the film. It's very predictable. You know right from the beginning what's going to happen. And there are a couple of twists, but you can also see those coming from a little while away as well. And it ends up being just disappointing because I thought the first half was so strong when she was herself, when we're introduced to this strong female character fighting against the man type person who is looking for love and who is open to new things and proving herself. And then when it gets into this weird love story part, not as much a fan. We lose a lot of the comedy. It goes down a much, much more dark, dramatic path. And then we arrive at the ending we knew would come anyway. So it's a very incomplete film. It showed so much promise at the beginning. And I think you're going to struggle to keep your attention span in the last hour or so when it starts to veer off. So overall, wait for rental for Far From the Madding Crowd. Maybe a matinee at most, but it's definitely not worth a full price ticket. It's an incomplete film that doesn't take chances and doesn't stack up against other romantic period piece dramas. So, that has been my review of Far From the Madding Crowd. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. Also, join in on the conversation. Are you excited for Far From the Madding Crowd to open in your city? And what is your favorite period piece romance? Let me know in the comment section down below or hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!